Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be doing a double reaction to none other than Richie Blackmore. First we'll be checking out Snowman by Rainbow, and then we'll check out Village Lantern by Blackmore's Night. And obviously both of those are Richie Blackmore projects. And the fun thing about listening to Richie across all of his different groups is to get to hear his distinct styles for each project, right? I feel like in Blackmore's Night, you get to hear so much of his acoustic guitar prowess and his melodic drive. And in Rainbow, you get to hear him throw all of the guitar rules out of the rule book and really just do whatever he likes. And then Deep Purple, you have a different flavor of Richie as well. So anytime I get to hear anything new from Richie, my ears perk up. So getting to do these double reactions is really fun for me. A big thank you to Mark, whose generous support and request made these reactions possible. And now, let's jump into Snowman. What territory are we in right now? Feels very sci-fi-esque. Big synthesizers. A flute kind of sound. Very sci-fi. It's arpeggiated too. I can imagine Richie playing that exact thing on guitar. He's in the distance, I swear to God. What an atmosphere. It's like big lasers. These cymbals crashing. And is this like a piccolo or something? I was trying to decide if it's a flute or piccolo. Chances are it could be neither, but I don't know. Richie take over time. Oh my God. I literally feel like we're in outer space. Oh, that grounds me though. Land on the one. Whoa. Really ethereal soundscape. It almost doesn't feel like a Richie Blackmore song. Yet it absolutely is. Those guitars have so many of the qualities that Richie exemplifies in his playing. I feel like this song is just what you would hear in like some kind of literal sci-fi movie. I'm trying to think of a better example. Maybe Ender's Game, if you guys have seen that movie. I wouldn't say 2001: A Space Odyssey. Maybe an older episode of Star Trek. Let me know where does this song fit into your sci-fi cinematography? No, what is the film equivalent of discography? Filmography? Maybe. The song feels huge. There's so much potential bottled into this. I don't know why, I have chills all over. I love this. Are we fading out here? Wow. That was... what? There was never that, like, huge explosive moment. That's so interesting. You know, normally in a lot of, like, especially in Rainbow, the tracks that I've heard always build up in this way. Maybe it'll take 4 minutes like we have here, 4.5 now. 4 minutes to get to that, like, explosive melodic guitar takeover moment. And this song sort of gives it to us, but they don't really ever give you all of what you expect from a Rainbow track. I would like, you know, to put it differently, I don't think like this would be a song that many would show a new time Ritchie Blackmore listener or a new time Rainbow listener. This feels like more of a deeper cut, one that really builds out the record, one that really adds color to Ritchie Blackmore's discography and musical approach. I really like this atmosphere, man. It's so much sci-fi, it's so much outer space, so much like I feel like I'm a celestial body floating around outer space listening and seeing Ritchie Blackmore as like, I don't know, passing meteors through outer space. Really cool one so far. I I wish I had better ways to describe it, but that was Snowman. Come to think about it, why was the song named Snowman? No idea, because this was a full-on instrumental track. I have no lyrical way to interpret what happened here, but really cool. Let me know what you guys think about Snowman in the comments down below, and hopefully you're enjoying the reaction so far. If you'd like to request one yourself, hit the link down below. But now it is time for Villager Lantern, or I guess Village Lantern by Blackmore's Night. Let's get the full spectrum of Ritchie Blackmore. All right, let's jump in. I expect medieval times with Ritchie Blackmore and his wife. Already with the acoustic guitar. Why does this sound so familiar to me? The Village. Ooh, that's nice.
Don't shed a tear for me. I stand alone. This path of destiny is all my own. Once in the hands of fate, there is no choice. An echo on the wind, you'll hear my voice.
Interesting. She's on her own in this.
Some choose to fall behind, some choose to lead, some choose a golden path.
I wish I had like a better word to describe it, but it feels like when I listen to Blackmore's Night, we are in like a fantasy world, specifically medieval times, specifically with, folk music, that style, almost like Richie is a bard and he has his wife accompanying him singing, and you're like a wayward traveler trying to reach the next castle before, your food runs out and before the barbarians catch up to you. That's just what it feels like to me. And it's a really interesting aesthetic. I feel like there's not many artists that I can think of where I would even qualify their music as like bard-esque music. There's one modern artist who I think is worth checking out for many reasons. His name is Ren. A lot of his fans kind of, I don't know what the term would be, but they ascribe him the genre of bardcore. He's like a modern day bard. This kind of music feels like a bard is playing it.
That makes you strong, and in that heart, I'm with you all along.
And it's so different than Rainbow, what we just heard.
The old village lantern is calling me onward, leading wherever I go. The old village lantern, light in the dark, bringing me closer to home.
Nice harmonics.
So when you think of me, do so with pride.
I don't know if I even brought it up earlier, but I've been noticing the entire time there's a consistent chugging. It's like, it's not strictly percussive, although it is maintaining the rhythm of this track, the beat. It's just very consistent. I don't know which instrument that is. Is it that drum in the back?
Pride, honor and bravery, ruled by my side.
There's no pitch.
Your memory, I will remain. I will forever be within the flame.
Enemy orc army. Defend the castle walls. Come on, Richie. We need you. Absolute destruction and war. The video quality could use a little work. Very epic. Oh my god.
Don't shed a tear for me. I stand alone. This path of destiny is all my own. Once in the hands of fate, there is no choice.
See, why didn't she just show up like earlier before everybody else had to die? If she could just like, it's like if you ever see a movie and you're like, okay, you have this superpower, just use the superpower because everybody else is suffering until you decide to just turn on that light switch. Literally here, this light appears to instantly evaporate the enemy orc warriors. It's just strategically, it's not the best look, and I feel like as a person who needs her defense, I'll be a little mad if like everybody in my family had to die for her to just show up late to the party. Like, why didn't you show up earlier? Like, you saved the day, but I mean, I guess.
You are
Our journey, let me read this. Our journey, oh god, it's never ends. Our journey never ends. Seemingly with Richie Blackmore, he will never stop making music. And I'm totally okay with that. Oof. There you have it. Village Lantern by Blackmore's Night. And then earlier we had Snowman by Rainbow. Two very different experiences, two very different times that these songs were created. They evoke very different feelings. I think the song structure they are very different between the two. Because you have this like beautiful ballad, folksy-esque composition with Blackmore's Night, as I've discovered is kind of typical, at least, of these compositions. And then on the other hand, you have a sci-fi ethereal dream in Snowman. And I still don't know why it's called Snowman, but, if I try to dawn on that, the image of a snowman and like, making a snowman in the wintertime as a kid, maybe I can see it because the sci-fi almost gives me an element of like curiosity, like, oh, I want to go into outer space being a kid. And then I just love the video on Blackmore's Night, the fighting, the battle, and then of course, my commentary over the top isn't meant to like ridicule their music or anything. It's funny to me when I see a lot of these things happen, and I don't know if people think about like superheroes and like how they can impact battles in movies and in fiction, but so often I see like the superhero's power be underutilized, and then they don't really consistently apply it. It's almost like you have like the Harry Potter universe, for example. Every single magician who knows about the cursed spells, they could instantly, whenever they wanted to, cast Avada Kedavra. So if you truly have evil doers in the world, like the Voldemorts and like all of his Death Eaters and minions, right? Why wouldn't they just all spam Avada Kedavra every chance that they got, right? What's the other purpose? Maybe the other torture spells and curses? It doesn't seem like it makes all that much sense. Like, why are you, the supervillain, giving a long-winded speech that gives enough time for the protagonist to come in and save the day instead of just carrying out your evil? Yeah. All of that is just a random aside for me to complain about how movies and superheroes are sometimes treated. I think Richie Blackmore wouldn't treat our superheroes this way. I think the way that you hear Richie's acoustic guitar performance in the second track, it shows that he doesn't have to be the main, say, instrumentalist on a given track. He can let others take the stage, and he definitely gives his wife, I think, the majority of that spotlight, especially in her vocals, because so much of what she's singing is very pretty, it's very wholesome, and it's overall very beautiful, and it cascades up and down. And then towards the end of the song, of course, it builds up. She reaches for those higher notes, and he's just accompanying her all the way. So it's almost like in Blackmore's Night, the focus is off of Richie and his acoustic guitar playing, despite it being good and catchy, and placed on his wife's vocals. And then it's the exact diametric opposite when you take a look at Rainbow, and especially the song Snowman, where there are no vocals. It is just Richie, it is just the synthesizers, it is just the drums, just the instrumentation, and Richie being allowed to do his thing. Like I said, he didn't explode as much on the Snowman track as he has on other tracks in his discography, but that's why I kind of envision Snowman to be a deeper cut. Because if you know Richie, you know what he's capable of. He's always got it in there. He doesn't have to use it all the time though. Yeah, these were fun ones. Thank you very much for the request, Mark. I hope y'all enjoyed the reaction today. Subscribe if you did, and if you'd like to request one yourself, hit the link down below. And as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and peace.